Welcome to a guided tour of Rio 2016 Olympic venues. The battle for Olympic medals will take place in 32 venues in Rio de Janeiro, plus 5 football co-host cities: Belo Horizonte, Brasilia, Manaus, Salvador, and Sao Paulo. The first stadium is Amazonia Arena, built for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. The stadium in Manaus will host 6 matches, 4 men's, 2 women's, and in the group stages of the football tournaments. The city is in the Amazon rainforest, whose influence can be seen in the stadium's facade and shape, which is inspired by an indigenous basket of exotic fruit. Next we have Main Garrincha Stadium in the national capital of Brasilia, and it is the stage for 8 group stage football matches, including the men's tournament's opening match and 1 men's and 1 women's quarterfinal. Next is Fonte Nova Arena. It's in Brazil's original capital, Salvador, built in 1951 and renovated for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Next is Mineirão, one of Brazil's most famous football stadiums. It was renovated for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. It will host 6 group games, 4 women's, 2 men's, 2 quarterfinals, 1 men's, 1 women's, a women's semifinal, and the men's 3rd place playoff. Next we have Corinthians Arena, built for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. The home of Corinthians Football Club will bring the Olympic Games to Sao Paulo, Brazil's largest city. The next stadium is Olympic Stadium, built for the 2007 Pan American Games. The Olympic Stadium is the home of Rio 2016 Athletics and one of the venues for the football tournament. Seating capacity has been temporarily expanded and the running track has been completely modernized. Next, we have the X Park and the Olympic BMX Center. It was built for Rio 2016 and will remain as a post-games legacy. It is 4,000 square meters. It is about 400 meters long and a series of ramps and sharp turns that will test the best BMX riders. Next is Whitewater Stadium, one of the most technically complex Rio 2016 facilities. It holds 25 million liters of water. And the Mountain Bike Center, one of the 3 venues that comprise the X Park. Canoe slalom and BMX are the others. It has a 4.85 kilometer track that makes the most of the local topography using the area's steep slopes and rocky outcrops. And the Olympic Shooting Center underwent major upgrade work ahead of the Rio 2016 Games. The 7 shooting ranges used for the 2007 Pan American Games were modernized and a temporary one was built. Next is Youth Arena, which emerges from the hustle and bustle of one of Rio's busiest streets, Avenida Brazil. Built for the games, the facility will stage the modern pentathlon fencing matches as well as the group stage of the women's basketball tournament. Deodoro Stadium, the temporary Deodoro Stadium built around an existing polo field, will host the Rio 2016 rugby competition, as well as equestrian and combined running and shooting sections of the modern pentathlon. The Deodoro Aquatic Center will stage the swimming section of the modern pentathlon competition. Located to this multi-event sports other venues, this pool was renovated for Rio 2016 with a temporary standard. The Olympics Hockey Center was used for the 2007 Pan American Games. The facility has 2 artificial turf pitches and will become home to the Brazilian national team after the Games. The Olympic Equestrian Center built for the 2007 Pan American Games, was modernized and expanded. The 1 million square meter facility hosts a jumping and dressage arena, cross-country course, and horse and trainer accommodation. Next up we have Pontal. This temporary beachside facility located in Rio de Janeiro's western zone is the start and finish line for the Rio 2016 road cycling time trials and race walk competitions. The Olympic golf course provides the setting for the sport's return to the games after more than a century away. Purpose-built for Rio 2016, this 18-hole facility was landscaped as part of an environmental recovery project and will be open to the public after the event. Next up is Rio Centro Pavilion 6, measuring 7,500 square meters. This newly built pavilion will host a boxing competition. Pavilion 4 measures 23,000 square meters, has a floor-to-ceiling height of 12 meters, and a modern low-speed air conditioning system, making it perfect for the Rio 2016 badminton competition. Rio Centro Pavilion 3, measuring 23,000 square meters, will host the Rio 2016 table tennis competition. The facility features 4 official competition tables. Pavilion 2 provides a backdrop for the Rio 2016 weightlifting competition. The next stadium is Olympic Aquatic Stadium. It will host the swimming competitions and water polo finals, and has 2 swimming pools, one for the event and the other for warming up. Future Arena, the Rio 2016 venue for handball. It is a temporary installation that has been built using nomadic architecture. After the games, the structure will be dismantled and used in the construction of 4 state schools in the city. Carioca Arena 1 is the new home of Olympic basketball. This multi-purpose facility spans more than 38,000 square meters. After the event, it will be part of the Olympic Training Center with facilities for 12 sports. Carioca Arena 2 is the venue for wrestling and judo competitions. After the games, it will become a permanent training center for a variety of sports. Carioca Arena 3 will host taekwondo and fencing competitions that will become a specialist sports school with capacity for 850 full-time students after the games. The Rio Olympic Velodrome is the ultra-modern Olympic velodrome will host the Rio 2016 track cycling competition. Rio Olympic Arena was used in the 2007 Pan American Games and stands as one of that event's main sporting legacies. During Rio 2016, the venue will stage artistic, rhythmic, and trampoline gymnastic events. Maria Link Aquatic Center was built for the 2007 Pan American Games and has been renovated for Rio 2016. It will host diving, water polo, group stages, and synchronized swimming. The Olympic Tennis Center, built for Rio 2016, features 16 courts. Next up, we have Lagoa Stadium with Christ the Redeemer looking down from the nearby Corcovado Mountain. Lagoa Rodrigo de Freitas is one of the city's most beautiful locations. Now we travel to Fort Copacabana. The iconic setting of Fort Copacabana provides a starting point for the road cycling race, marathon swimming, and triathlon competitions. Next we travel to the beach volleyball arena in a impressive temporary structure situated on the sands of Copacabana Beach, the spiritual home of beach volleyball in Brazil. The next stadium we will visit is Maracana. The legendary Maracana Stadium will stage the opening and closing ceremonies and the decisive matches of the men's and women's football tournaments. Maracanazinho is the spiritual home of volleyball in Brazil. The Maracanazinho was the natural choice for hosting the sport at Rio 2016. Next up is Sambodromo, the traditional venue for Carnival Samba School parades. The Sambodromo opens its doors to archery and the marathon during Rio 2016. New stands were installed and structural work was undertaken ahead of hosting these events. And last but not least is Marina da Gloria. The Marina da Gloria will host sailing competitions taking place on Guanabara Bay and out on the open ocean. The venue has been expanded and modernized, complete with new leisure facilities, and is now integrated with the neighboring Flamingo Park.